Oh, wow. That's a tough one. I mean, I think coming from a Hindu background, I think it's my answer may be slightly different because I believe in reincarnation, and that's one of the major beliefs in Hinduism is that you come back in one form or the other. So I think I'm going to come back. But on a more serious note, I think, yeah, I do believe that your life never ends in one way or the other, and you may come back as somebody else or a completely different creature. You may not be a human. But I think that's more of an optimistic view on life because it just tells me that, life never ends. You come back and continue what you're doing.
Terrific. Second question. How does that affect how you live your life?
I don't think about it a whole lot, to be honest with you, because every time I think about it, I take a step back and think about, all the incidents that took place in my life, which could have ended my life. So in that case, I try to keep it going, try to be as optimistic as possible. And every once in a while, I do think about reincarnation. I do think about life after death. And that does make me think about what's going on and how do I come back and what am I trying to achieve in this current life. So I look at it from a more finite point of view, in the sense like, okay, I have this much time, whatever the time is, 20 years, 30 years, 60 years, and I try to take each day at a time and achieve what I'm here for, I think.
Great. Last question. Have you ever lost a loved one?
Fortunately, I haven't yet. Now, I think when you say loved one, someone really close to me, and that really hasn't happened yet. But people who have my relatives, I lost my uncle. I lost my uncle last year, so that was something that made me think, what life is and what's going to happen. How am I going to react when I lost a really close person?
Thank you, Abby.
That's it?
Yeah, that's
all right.
What happens when you die?
My goodness, what a philosophical question. Well, what happens when I die, I am convinced, is that my soul will live forever. My body will die, and I'm not sure what physical shape, probably no physical shape, my soul will have. But I am convinced that my life was given me by God and will never go away. I do not subscribe to the traditional Christian idea that there is a beautiful place called heaven where I will meet my wife and my mother and father. I don't subscribe to that. I'm not sure what kind of association my soul will have with earthly beings. Another side of my philosophy is that I reject the idea of reincarnation. After I die, I'm not coming back as one of these beautiful turkey vultures that circles my area here. No, it will be somewhat similar to the way my mind perceives my life today.
Great. So how does that affect how you live your life every day?
It removes a lot of worry and concern that I see other people having about fear of death. I am not afraid to die. I've been blessed by my Maker with living 79 years, and I am happy with that. And although I don't think I'm going to leave you and the rest of my family anytime soon, if it should happen, I'm not afraid of that event.
So, which brings me to my third question, which is, how is your reaction to when you lose a loved one, as someone that's still living and goes on?
I grieve. It is painful to know that I can't sit and talk with that person, be with that person. This feeling is associated in my mind with a military friend, an officer I went to the military school with midway through our careers. Very talented officer, and he went on, advanced in the military career more than I did. He became a major general, and died at the age of 60. And that was very painful to me. Now that was 19 years ago. And I see military associates, other professional associates, and friends from time to time, and it's always good to bump into somebody you haven't seen for a while, talk about the old times. And knowing when he died 19 years ago, I was never going to have that opportunity again. That grief has never left me. So other family members, my wife, your mother, when she left, I was in grief for months, but that passed. And I now go and as you know, and visit her graveside. And in my mind, I visit with her, and I'm at peace with that.